then, let's begin. During the class trial, you will present. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how...
Now then, let's first discuss the
What? Who cares?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not...
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed...
It means Twilight Sin. Additionally,
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
I see!
Girl A is... That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of...
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy! Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy right! Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. Huh?
I see!
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me!
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C. I see!
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday! Let's move on.
I see!
Girl D is my hero. The victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F. I see!
Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid.
That reminds me. Another person? It was one of the names on the staff. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on! Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryu?
It's not like I'm wrong, since you beat the game. You...
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu.
What do you mean?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no... Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's...
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl...
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction.
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game.
It's not just a game, that's why it's the movie.
Don't go make... If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, When I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that.
Shut the fuck up!
I see. So you're... Okay, I understand.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established who all the
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. And the first victim in the game.
That's just a story and a fucking...
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're...
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than...
Hey, no one cares about...
Huh? What do you...
My, you don't... What? Getting killed is sad.
My! Such a...
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it!
I see!
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently...
You're fucking persistent.
In order to make that clear, we need to...
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew... Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the...
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the...
Then, Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, but the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't...
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were...
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey! Is Girl E really the killer?
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. glass at the entrance hall. The other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
No, that's wrong! First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4... It was the sound of the vase...
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E... I see! Now the mystery has been solved!
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Who cares about the murder weapon?
We found... Not cool! I went to all the...
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. Which means I'll feel disgusting!
You're the disgusting one!
The weapon is now then!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that! I got it! The killer...
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all! And gravel is impossible! It's too small to be a weapon!
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag? If the weapon is something that appeared, then the only thing I can think is if you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea.
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills 2 birds to make people think the killer is some pervert. It makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved! Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about...
Huh? Mahiro is the accomplice? What is this? What is...
The piece of vase that became an important clue in the music room.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up...
But she should have had a clear murderous intent.
She probably made her unconscious. I somewhat understand that feeling.
You can?
But Girl E was also killed by I might as well ask just in case.
I see! It should have been Guy F.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a...
But Guy F is...
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it?
That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me.
That is...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were, like, totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru because Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
Sure do talk a lot of shit.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game?
I can prove it with this! I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof. And Girl E, who was killed in the game, well, there's no way we can ignore
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact... Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game.
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious.
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that
Are you saying that a completely...
Isn't that what happened, Kyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand?
What is this? What are you even saying, you... What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing you...
Why do you doubt Hyoko? Do you know where Hyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No, that's wrong!
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints! We'll decide that based on...
They're not Hyoko's footprint? The footprint I collected from your...
Collected?
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing which means when the owner of these
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house?
the door was still accessible when which means something happened to you.
I remember now. I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
I've never heard of that daily routine.
And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see.
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass! She's obviously lying!
Huh? People who call other people liars. If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying? to the beach house. But only during my morning walk.
No, that's wrong!
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim it?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
Oh, snap! I remember. Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
See. So if I think 3:30 p.m. is a...
You're wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the...
No. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys.
For some reason...
It's the truth.
Just leave him alone. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were...
Seriously? I'm telling the truth!
Is she really crying?
She's probably fake.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know. And then you went ahead to the beach house. There's evidence.
Here! The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Yes, that's right. Hiyoko.
What's a gummy?
Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to... When she saw her chance, she...
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave.
We have...
It's a trap!
Who's someone?
It must be that one person! But what is the mask? There was a suspicious mask at the beach.
You're the one who wore that mask.
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask.
That is right. It cannot be Hiyoko.
Huh?
That mask says it all. Which means the legendary...
If you continue...
Don't blame Miss Sonia! It's just a difference between cultures.
Yoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being unreasonable.
It's all in your head! Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the...
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed...
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
And weren't you also hiding? So that's when you dropped the gummy! No, that's wrong!
About that gummy, did Hiyoko really drop it?
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taught.
It's true Hiyoko likes to eat gummies.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry.
Huh? The gummy at the... Huh? It's not mine! The one...
What?
That's right. None of...
Then we can't assume Hiyoko... See? Didn't I... Damn it! I'll get my revenge! I'm gonna...
Hold on, you little bitch! Don't be stupid! I'm not done back! We're not done with Hiyoko yet. There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of it, and we can think.
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to we have the evidence.
That's wrong. I left those footprints during my morning walk.
We're not done with Hiyoko yet. There's still a huge...
You're talking about the footprints.
It's true, that's an and we can think.
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce.
No, that's wrong.
Mahiru didn't block the door.
Instant death? According to my autopsy.
If you...
Ryuhiko, you cannot...
I'm pretty sure her death was... That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked...
The killer, of course. That's why there were bloody drag marks.
But why did the...
Just ask Hiyoko.
Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. If she handled the body that bloody, I think...
I won't let you look down on me. We haven't decided that yet.
Hey, Fuyuhiko.
Shut up! I'm telling you... If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower. Allow me to cut through those words.
Now, washing it off in the shower is impossible, because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Out of order?
I'm terribly sorry.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to...
Are you saying I did...
I see.
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself.
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her.
It didn't smell. And it only smelled a little. Oh, was I changed? Yes, if you broke the rule.
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to...
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko...
Like I've been saying, the blood was...
Hey, if you think about it the other way around...
Didn't I tell you that was because I got...
I can attest to that. If I...
Doubting me of a... All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck... That actually sounds pretty cool!
The hell it does!
Hey, it's okay. Yeah. See? I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru. Because Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind. There's no way I would kill... You guys are... Hiyoko. Shut the hell up, pig Bart.
Hey, Hiyoko. Now that our sister...
Huh?
Even though you're not the killer...
Like I said...
Yeah, I got that already.
I would like to know too. It might lead...
Fine. You, earlier this morning, she asked if we could meet up.
Huh? But didn't you... Damn it! So that...
'Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it.
So, what was your...
I told her it was fine. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something.
At the time, we were supposed to meet... Around noon, there was a letter. A letter? Yeah, this one.
I can prove it with this! This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had? Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2.
Whoa! The meeting times are off!
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change them. It would be plausible if one of them said it. But for both letters to say the same thing?
Hyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
Like I said, I never wrote the letter.
I see! The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions.
That seems very likely. Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the hand...
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't. This part. It seems there's someone on this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while.
In doing so, they were able to control Hyoko and
So they completely tricked me. And then...
Really? I've offered to help so... It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed to be...
Here we go again. Once we can just light...
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hyoko?
What's most important is what happened after.
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think... medicine? That medicine. I thought that place seemed unsafe.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should...
When I woke up, I was in... And when I rushed out...
And that's why you ran out of...
I was scared. The killer probably... And for that reason, they summoned Hyoko before...
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's box...
Everything... That's horrible! I didn't do...
Hyoko, please do not cry.
Is it really okay?
This'll never end if you keep being so...
Isn't that what a class trial is all? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each. So if you believe in each other's...
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. The class trial is where we co-opt the killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion.
Seriously, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute...
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying!
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah, we need to...
There should be a new clue contained. So, let us believe Yoko's words and discuss it once again.
Yep. The debate, good job. That's the right... Hey, what do you think of that? Whoa.
Dumbasses. You bastard. The only thing waiting for you is the bitter...
Well now, You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
Oh, mon ami! To think that the person who killed the world... Impossible! Oh... Everyone do your best.
Well, now that we've decided to believe Hyoko...
If the killer was luring Hyoko...
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh?
Hey, when you woke...
Now that you mention it...
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hyoko was there...
Which means
The killer returned to the scene of the crime?
They wouldn't have to do something that...
That's impossible! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running...
Then, does that mean the...
At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened.
It's all coming together! Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to...
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look...
What are you saying? Stop being...
Killer was Probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of it, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place?
That's why the killer made sure to...
What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure...
Huh? But the shelf it was on. 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose because we haven't been on this island that long. So the closet shouldn't have been that messy. Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding.
It's kinda like, in for a penny, in for a penny.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the light?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently. They finally left the surf.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you'd think.
There's no way the killer would leave if Hiyoko was left alone, and instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko.
Say whatever you want. Alright, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, oh, you shut up.
Sorry, Akane. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to...
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made. Is the killer also included?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is...
You don't sound very...
Jeez! I know it sounds like an excuse. It's intended to create a fair trial.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? Depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can...
Flexibility. So what about this time? Is it...
Jeez, fine! You want me to say...
Which means... 3...
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just thought it was someone...
You're the one who went on a tangent!
We were just saying...
And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we... The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body.
Now that you mention it,
It's going to be alright. If you guys have come this far, now, let's start... What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower... What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
as someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet!
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
No, that's wrong! If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used
something other than the shower. I see!
drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it. In theory.
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully. There's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used. It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try one bottle. It wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down! We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it wasn't? There were no water bottles. There were only flavored drinks. But if you use those, the blood will come off and it will leave an aroma. Especially if that alone would raise suspicion. Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the
Allow me to cut through those words!
How many times?
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, and the killer took all of those water...
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence. Evidence like a lot of thrown-away plastic water bottles.
Ah, you're right.
Well, when I went to the beach house a few days ago...
Then... the plastic dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to...
It seems you've realized... See?
Let me ask.
The only one! Hecko.
Hey! What are you being
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe...
I remember when we were all meet... If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to... But there were no towels in the beach house. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! So maybe she really was No one even saw... No. After I ran into you... So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner...
Hold on. That's strange. You told me you didn't see...
Not so fast! We haven't established how the kill...
Now that you mention it...
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints... Then how the fuck did the killers...
why are you all...
Who cared?
We might... Do you really? Well, if Echo...
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method.
Let's...
see.
If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option,
But
She might have reached it by riding someone.
Is it possible an option?
You see? There's no way they'd be.
no, they did. Chiaki, don't vote. You did? I thought you were saying they could. I see. Huh? Heka was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even? And if you say she hid it in her special. No!
Echo, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly...
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Echo...
Sword! You see? I knew it! Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and...
Whoa!
Miss Sonia?
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure.
Well, Pecco?
Hold on a second. You're saying she used her sword as it would have been left in the shower.
Fuyuhiko?
Shut up! If she used the Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! That's obviously impossible! You're pissing me off! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut bastard! Don't fuck with me! You're pissing me off! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! Don't fuck with me! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! That's obviously impossible! You're pissing me off! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, this is the end!
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword back. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step, and after she climbed up, she would have been able to recover her bamboo.
I see. Akane said she's like a ninja. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this even so. How disappointing. If you'd only let me work.
Hold on! You don't have any... Got it, you bastard!
It's fine. Huh? I said it's fine. Saying...
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among myth, very well. If you admit it...
Hold on. Can it wait until after? This is important, and it relates to my motive. In the end, you had no connection to the events then... So it's about that. I must say... In order to... I do not sully my hands. There is only one for the sake of just justice is the eternal sun, and the Hello! If justice ever disappears, the world would immediately free. I will...
It's fine, just...
Justice must always... So I must fight. This is... As the light of justice shone... Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice, that would be me. Now then, let's execute...
What the? Peko!
I am in the name of sparkling... What's
Everyone! Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who clad in her various hero masks. She is a serial killer who exclusively talks. She is supposed to be...
This mask is just like various items. The sun is revered because it lies just beyond your justice should also be the same.
I don't get it!
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events! Hey! Take a look! This... Huh?
So what's your answer to my...
This world must always be evil, must be eliminated immediately, no matter what.
Evil?
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game.
And because of that, I was able to find...
Then...
To protect justice, of course, in order to protect justice, and executed justice.
Holy crap!
Peko.
My true identity. I have already forgot. It just shows my determination. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with
Oh! I can't stand...
Let's go over this incident. Here's everything that happened in this case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Mahiru most likely played Twilight. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Kyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed However, the killer eavesdropped on their conversation, and by preparing a specific item, they planned. That item was the letters. The letter Mahiru received told, and the letter Kyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 by providing different times. Kyoko totally trusted that letter and was drugged into unconsciousness by. After putting Kyoko to sleep, the killer so they could frame her as the killer. At 2:30 p.m., she was completely unaware that she. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the metal bat that was left at the. The bat was brought down onto the. According to Mikan's autopsy. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru. They dragged Mahiru's body. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card. That's how the crime scene we just. However, by moving Mahiru's plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it. But the killer expected something. Instead of the shower, the killer. They used plastic. We can assume they carried the bottles to the in place of showering. They washed the blood off, however. They had no choice but to dispose of littering is against the rules, and it would. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid it. The killer hid inside the surfboard. After some time had passed, I can imagine how badly she made plans to see Mahiru. From the shock and panic of being considered, Kyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the After Kyoko left, and placed a gummy that, ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our. Finally, the killer began. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the small window in the. However, that window is rather high. The bamboo sword. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. So when the killer met up with us. So how about it?
I see. What of it? I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
What are you
Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice. That's no reason to condemn me.
Whatever.
There's no way. Justice can never be killed. To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to understand?
I don't get it.
Then I shall be direct. In order to keep justice. It's not serious if I fall. Now, follow, hurry, and catch.
Give me a.
If we let, for the sake of Brad. Don't worry.
I can't stand her.
Monokuma, the
I've heard your story. Now then, please pull. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right?
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
continue our discussion.
Yes, but I cannot help
Strange? What do you mean?
that.
As a serial... Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer.
That makes her an
Honestly, Phelps, there's a distinct difference between... You know, Sonia...
Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice! That would be me.
I see!
That's right. According to what Sonia said,
The article was written in their native language.
if she had it translated, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice, which means the journalist, and Sparkling
From Spain?
What?
Peko, you're not sparkling.
Or, you insist that you're...
You be
However, end. My duty has already been finished. My duty as a... That mask has fulfilled.
What do you mean?
Now that you've already cast...
Hey, you be
I have no purpose.
She called herself a tool.
Of course.
I see.
What do you mean?
I mean, besides Peko and...
Someone else?
There is proof that established... I see!
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monica... That announcement is made, and in this particular case, if that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see.
So that means there was...
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue.
No.
Huh?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking. That means I'm just a simple
Therefore, that person would have destroyed...
You're the only one!
I see. Now I thought...
But even if it's the motive, it's just... Would you call a game like...
I can prove it with this! I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but... There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. The photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko. You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister. Because whoever be... It was the envelope, right?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Because heckled, but...
That's why I told you. As I said before, I had no motive for killing Mahiru. I was simply used as a tool. As long...
Hey!
I'm the true killer.
What the hell?
I see.
No. But my young master does. That. I'm sure you realize it by now.
That's a problem. If Pecco's allegation holds up...
In that case...
That's nuts!
How would Pecco be a tool in the first... Pecco is a...
That's not for you to decide. The votes have been cast. All we can...
What the hell?
I guess for now, let's take a quick... Sorry.
Hey! Hey!
Well... You just don't...
Hey.
No. I am nothing but a tool.
What?
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my... Before I am human, I am my young master's tool. Until this body of mine can know...
That is...
Nothing.
Huh?
You fiend.
No. I am nothing but a tool.
Damn it! Damn it! Don't fuck with me!
You...
So...
But... Oh my! Huh?
But...
Are you serious? Oh.
But... Hey,
What the...
And so...
That is...
Hey!
Why, you...
But...
Why?
Shut the hell up!
What are you saying?
He's... Huh?
Young master...
What?
Of course!
Be quiet.
Yes,
cannot be.
That's obviously wrong.
No.
This is troubling.
I see. Great!
Wrong.
Now then.
Huh?
Hey.
What?
Hold on.
What? Jeez.
Hey.
Huh?
Yeah.
Young master.
Young master!
Hey.
Damn it!
Young...
Hey, sorry.
Young master!
I'm a disgrace. Echo.
Young master!
Oh, too bad.
Hey. Jeez.
Sorry. Huh?
Young master!
What?
Even so,
Echo.
I am terrified.
and please... I will never...
So...
Young master...
So,
I want you.
jeez.
Thrills! Chills!
Why?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
I never... You didn't need...
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just...
Young master...
Why?
Let's go! It's punishment time!
I need you!
Young master...
Young master!
Such a waste.
that wrong.
Listen.
What?
Everyone!
You serious?
Do something!
I put his blood! He won't...
Can't you?
You're so stupid.
You stupid bread!
I do. What the heck?
That's wrong!
Huh?
Hey, hey! Hey, hey!
I'm being fine. So, like,
An ambulance?
just leave the rest to me, Doctor.
Dr. Killgood?
We gotta get this patient to the Monocoop, so I'll see you.
Oh.
Damn it. Perhaps.
However,
Fall, my tears.
damn it!
You guys can see it, right? 4 people are already... We took our time preparing the hope fragments. Honestly, I whether it's better if you let them leave this island. Or if for those kids, which option is... But I guess there's... That guy will probably take over our plans. What lies beyond that is the foul and the continuation of the big... That cannot be allowed! We must even if we...
Danganronpa.